Welcome to Sheena Says, a podcast about wellness, parenting, and real stories.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Sheena Says, and we will be discussing insomnia today. Our sleep cycle is super important, and a lot of us in today's lives are not getting the sleep that we deserve. Most people have trouble falling asleep, and a lot of people have trouble staying asleep and end up waking up at 2, 3 o'clock, which is a very common time where 3 o'clock and your body is just up and you're not able to go back to sleep. So you wake up tired, not feeling rested, and the rest of the day follows in just a haze. Insomnia core statistics show that 30 to 35% of adults experience short term insomnia, and about 10 to 15% of adults suffer from chronic insomnia. Women are actually more likely to experience it given their hormonal imbalances during their cycles, their perimenopause or menopause, high stress periods, and even trauma and grief. Now, insomnia isn't just a sleep problem, it's actually a nervous system regulation problem. There are several reasons why you are not being able to fall asleep and stay asleep and waking up fresh. Now, the sleep is actually a brain function, and the pineal gland is responsible to initiate the sleep cycle. The brain enters into a light, deep sleep cycle when the pineal gland triggers it. Then it goes into the hippocampus's processing area where it will process emotion and memory. And then the pons in our brain is responsible for going into the REM cycle. The REM cycle, now REM stands for rapid eye movement. What does that mean? What does the REM cycle mean? Why is it important to us? And what are the different sleep cycles? Now, the REM cycle is rapid eye movement, and it's the brain's way of controlling the body. At that point, the body is paralyzed. It does not move much, but the brain is still active. The brain is very active. It's regulating, it's consolidating, and it's rebalancing your nervous system while simultaneously at a physical level, your body is getting repaired. There is digestive processes going on, there is repair work going on, there is trash being taken out of your brain. So anything that is not important in your current and relevant state in your present time, the brain will recycle or reprocess all the information that it has gathered through the day and then reprocess it in a way that it only stores what it really needs, and then the rest it will eliminate from your brain so that there is more area created and more place created in your brain to store the new day's stuff that's coming up. So this is how the brain processes and cleans, clears, and repairs at night. So of course, sleep is extremely important. And if we don't get it, we will definitely feel foggy. You will feel irritable. You will feel tired. So what can we do to help ourselves? Let's look into what the various sleep aids are and what's right for you. Now, because of the circadian rhythm, the first thing to regulate is your sleep timing. If you sleep at the right time and you wake up at the right time in the morning, you are a lot more likely to balance your sleep cycle and feel good about it. If you're going to sleep late, then you'll end up waking up late, and that will actually make you feel more tired. More sleep does not equate to feeling better or waking up fresher. Good quality of deep sleep makes sure that you wake up fresh, full of energy, and are ready to face your day. So what can we do? What are the tools that we can use to feel good, to wake up feeling fresh, and to improve our sleep cycles? Before we get there, let's look at our sleep cycles. So sleep is not just one cycle. It's not like you just go into sleep like most people believe, and then you just stay asleep and you wake up. No, it's actually in stages. The sleep comes in stages to us. So the pineal gland when it triggers that the brain needs to shut down and it's time for us to actually do the repair work. And one is the light sleep cycle that begins. That is our transition between wakefulness and sleep. So you kind of start to slow down, and the nervous system is allowed to take a downshift safely. Then we enter stage two, which is the stable sleep. N2, where 50% of total sleep, where your heart rate is slowing down, your breathing is slower, your body temperature drops, and your brain produces sleep spindles to protect it from noise and other physical forms of awareness. Now, the purpose of this is the physical restoration, and it's stabilizing the nervous system. At this point, the deep sleep, or M3, is triggered, which is called the slow wave sleep. And this is the most restorative stage. The growth hormones are released, immune repair work is done, the blood pressure drops. This stage is critical for physical healing, repair work, muscle repair, immune functions, feeling rested. So this is an extremely critical stage for us. Then comes the main stage, which is the REM sleep. And that normally is beginning about 90 minutes after the sleep onset. It increases in length towards the morning, where the brain is active, the body is still, and most dreams are occurring. Now, the purpose of REM sleep is emotional regulation, memory consolidation, learning, creativity. REM sleep is where the brain is processing the day's cleanup and the emotional residue. So each cycle really matters because it leads to the next one. So if sleep is fragmented or broken up, then what happens is that the deep sleep is shortened and the REM sleep gets delayed or reduced. So the brain never really gets to complete its repair sequence, which is why people with insomnia feel tired despite the sleeping. Sleep apnea also causes exhaustion, and you feel deprived even though you did sleep, but it's just not making you feel rested and fresh. Now, let's talk about what prescription sleep meds are, whether to use them, whether not to, how do they work. Most prescriptions sedate the brain. They do not restore natural sleep architecture in our brain. They are not prompting your pineal gland to work better or faster. They are simply going in and sedating it. That is why they create an unconscious state. It is not restorative sleep. Your brain is not doing the amount of work it needs to be doing while the body rests. There are several sleep aids. There's Xanax, there's clonazepam, and they're used and designed to get. Initially, these were designed to get anxiety control and seizure control. They were not really designed for long-term sleep. And a lot of common side effects from them is suppression of deep sleep, memory impairment, next day grogginess, slow reaction time, and they do cause dependence. The other thing is they end up, if you stop using them, you will have rebound insomnia, and your insomnia will just worsen when stopped. So they actually, over a period of time, the long-term risks are that they will worsen your insomnia, they will worsen the sleep apnea, and they will increase the risk of cognitive decline. And they do create a higher fall risk because your motor skills aren't as sharp, cognitively you're not just as clear, and there is just a fogginess that appears after long-term use. Now, they're normally effective for faster sleep onset, and they reduce nighttime awareness, which is why most people do get addicted to them, because it's just quicker, it's faster, it's a quick small pill, you take it and you're done. Now, there is the Z drugs, which are supposed to be safer, and those are Ambien and Zolpidem, and they act on the same GABA receptors, and their common effects are sedation and short-term sleep latency. Now, the documented side effects for these include sleepwalking, memory gaps, nighttime disorientation, and tolerance. They do build tolerance very quickly. So you end up taking either a higher dose or you end up supplementing it with something more. So insomnia is something that is controlling your sleep cycles and improving them. So if you are looking to improve your sleep cycle naturally, then there are several other options. People use melatonin, and that is something that you can use over a period of time if you need to. There are other tools as well that you can use other than melatonin. That today's times we have 3 4 other things that can really help the body relax itself and actually come to a point where the natural sleep will occur. Other than melatonin, there's magnesium glycinate, which also works really well. There's the L-theanine, which also helps the sleep cycle, and there's glycine, which lowers the core body temperature. All of these supplements will remove the barriers to your sleep. So the supplements, unlike the prescriptions or the Z drugs, they don't force sleep in your body. They remove the barriers so that you can enter natural sleep cycles. So that's the big difference between the two. If you're patient, you're willing to work towards it, you take the supplements and use a few tools to improve your sleep cycles, to remove the barriers that onset and stop you from falling asleep. A few tools that really work well and they are highly credible. You can do the red light therapy at night. It helps melatonin production naturally. Now, also mouth taping for select individuals would work so that the snoring strips are great if you're snoring. You can tape your mouth, put the strips, take your supplements, calm down. A nice long hot shower or bath will also soothe you. You can take an Epsom salt bath for 10-15 minutes. Hydrate. It's very important to hydrate after an Epsom bath because it can be super dehydrating. You can do the strips, you can do the mouth taping, especially for kids. You need to retrain them rather than put them on medication. So give them a bath, tape their mouths if you need to, make sure that they're sleeping on maybe a proper incline and help their breathing process a little bit. Now, the other things that can help, other than taking a shower, doing the red light therapy, doing the snoring strips, as well as mouth breathing, you can do the supplements as well, is working out. So, working out after dinner, maybe half an hour after dinner, and you do a proper 30 to 45-minute workout routine and then take a shower will really help release the toxins from your body and get your body into a tired physical state where the brain will signal it to shut down. All of these can be done easily, and that is something that you should be managing. Now, the other part of this is anxiety. A lot of people have very high stress levels, and that does play a role in how you fall asleep. Because if your brain does not feel safe to shut down, it's not going to, which is why most people stay up. So it's very important to manage your anxiety levels, to use the tools you need to get that under control, do some yoga, do some deep breathing, stay in a structured routine, which will really help your brain to understand that what to expect next. Anxiety really and stress comes from not knowing or being scared. If you can control some of that by creating a structure where your brain and your body feel safe, then it will start to shut down safely because it knows that's what it's time to do next. So these are all tools that you can implement, use. And if you have to use, over the counters, or you feel you need the extra help with a Xanax or an Ambien, try to use the minimum quantity and retrain your brain and your body to rest naturally. Because if you're using it for a short term period, it's okay. But if you get dependent on it, then you will experience long term side effects. So, my takeaway: sleep is not about the quantity you're sleeping, it is about the quality that you're experiencing. And it is really in stages, which you can manifest and cater to so that your body relearns to feel safe and relax so that you feel rested and full of energy the following day. Now, try some of these tools. If you are still looking for a natural sleep aid, by all means, go to the site, Your Homeopathy, go contact your local homeopath. There is plenty of remedies to help sleep. We have something called the Sleep Easy. The remedy is gorgeous. It helps initiate natural sleep along with supplements. And following these protocols, you will experience a much higher level of natural sleep, which will be great for your future health. There is also the Be Calm, which will help regulate your nervous system. And between the two, if you take the Be Calm with the Sleep Easy, you will regulate your sleep cycle, calm down your limbic system, and reactivate your brain into being its naturally best self. Sleep isn't about hours, it's about cycles. You don't need more sleep, you need better sequenced sleep. If your brain cycle doesn't complete itself, it will wake you up. Restorative sleep happens when the nervous system feels safe. So please try the protocols, go to the site, yourhomeopathy.com for further information, read our blog on insomnia, and feel free to check out one of our kits. Thank you for listening, and we will talk next time.
Thank you for listening to Sheena Says, and for more info, please visit yourhomeopathy.com.